Welcome to Classic Game Room, where I've got this cool PlayStation 2 controller from CYBER GADGET, which lights up and has ribbed rubber sides for your comfort. That's right, the glowing red controller, as I call it, from CYBER GADGET. The third CYBER GADGET controller that I've reviewed from a giant box filled with PlayStation 2 controllers sent to the show by our friend Felicity from Worcestershire, England. And I'll say one thing about CYBER GADGET controllers: they look great. Sometimes they look even better than they perform, imagine that. This one happens to be transparent, so you can see the inner workings, beating heart, and soul of this fancy gamepad. Look at all those wires and electronic gizmos. I always like transparent video game equipment. I think it's super cool. This is a striking, impressive-looking controller that has decent analog thumbsticks, but a smaller-than-average D-pad, as well as smaller-than-average PlayStation buttons. Was this designed for smaller hands, Ugnaughts, or the Keebler elves? Maybe, if none of those things could see in the dark because it glows bright red. Although I'm pretty sure the Keebler elves can see in the dark. They are the world's best assassins, after all. As nice as it is to admire its innards, it looks best with the lights off, glowing red and evil, perfect for God of War 2. It's also practical and convenient, because if you have the lights off, you'll never lose your controller, because it's glowing and it's kinda hard to miss. But does it perform? Well, as long as your hands are tiny, then yes. One of my favorite features is that the controller vibrates, and you can see the little motor spinning in the controller. Although you should probably be watching the screen instead of staring at your controller when playing the game. Here it is being used for Outrun on the Sega Classics collection on PlayStation 2, where it works well enough, but the D-pad and the buttons are just a bit small for my liking. And Kratos agrees. In fact, Kratos doesn't like anything. He's actually kind of a downer to be around. Like, dude, I picked up a carton of cupcakes. I hate cupcakes. But Kratos, they have sprinkles. They make my butt look big. His words, not mine. I'll take the cupcakes. Here it is being used for Thunder Force 6 on the PlayStation 2, an excellent spaceship shooter, one that I play with the D-pad and the buttons, which are just too small for my liking. I prefer the standard size and shape of a regular PlayStation 2 controller. When you shrink that, you throw it off balance. Here it is being used with Golden Axe on that Sega Classics collection. And while it's good enough, I wouldn't go out of my way to pick this one up unless you think it looks amazing, because it really does. It's a great looking controller. Or if you're just looking for a smaller controller. So thanks again, Felicity. It's the CYBER GADGET Evil Red controller, which is evil because it shoots lasers at you. Playing a little Sega Classics collection using the CYBER GADGET Evil Red controller. I don't even like cupcakes with frosting. They make my ankles swell. Ooh.